Okay, YouTubers, this is for educational purposes. I send one is not invitations. I just washed my hair. I just greased my hair. And before we go into setting the scenes for Monday Night Monologue, which is still going to happen, I just wanted to point some out as I make this second video about the whole Trump fiasco. So I was in the shower, and I got to thinking to myself, was I too hard on Trump supporters? Or was I not hard enough? I come to the consensus that it's a little bit of both. So I'm going to make this video a little bit nicer. But I'm not going to change my tone that much. Just going to make a few points, and you don't have to agree with me. And if you don't, we can just wait and see if any fucks fall out the sky so that I can hand them to you. But I'm going to be a little bit nicer. Just a little bit nicer. Now, not a whole lot nicer, but just a little bit nicer. As I was talking to myself in the shower, as I often do when I can't come up with a song, I asked myself, and this is something you all should probably ask yourself. Stop looking at my fat stomach. I know I'm fat. And I know, I need to work out more. And if the weather would just make up its mind, I could do that. But I'm going to ask myself this question, and you need to ask yourself. Especially if you happen to be a European American. If you happen to be white, and you're not a Trump supporter, and by all accounts, by all means of heaven and hell, you are not a racist. Why the fuck did you vote for this bastard? You're not a sexist, you're not a racist, you're all about girls, and you might be a girl dad. I mean, if you're a woman, that makes it even worse because you basically voted your own vagina to the next man on the street that just decides, I'm going to fuck that bitch. Why'd you vote for it? You might think I'm being too hard on you now. But as I said to myself in the shower, if you're not a racist and you don't support the shit that Trump's saying, you can't get your vote back. You know, that's done. But why ain't you saying nothing? Why ain't you saying nothing? You know, the fact that this man is been on a racist rant since he got back in office. And I know you're thinking, he didn't do anything racist. Which means you weren't paying attention. Going after the Navajo Nation and Native American birthright citizenship isn't racist to you. Are you sure you're not racist? Removing the Tuskegee Airmen, black pilots, the first black pilots, from Air Force history. It doesn't seem racist to you. Getting rid of DYE, diversity, inclusion, whatever, or DEY, or whatever the hell you call it, it doesn't seem racist to you. Well, there's bad news for you. You literally are a racist. I'm sorry to be the one to break that to you, but you literally are a racist. If you keep thinking, oh, it's just rhetoric, you know why it's just rhetoric? Because you don't give a fuck about your token friends who look like me. You don't support people of color. But you support those cheap eggs and those gas prices. You don't support Medicare being reduced or taken away. But you support those high-ass eggs and gas prices being reduced. You don't support none of the shit that he's saying. But you voted for it. So, maybe, just maybe, I might have been a little bit hard. Or I might have been a little bit rough, and maybe a little obnoxious in the video before this video. But, y'all ain't saying nothing. Female vets, females in general. You ain't saying shit. I literally became a female tonight to prove a point. And y'all still won't say shit. Because until it knocks on your front door, it's fine that he's saying racist shit. It's fine that he's going after the Navajo Nation. It's fine that he's going after the Apaches. It's fine because, oh, I'm not an Apache. I'm not a Navajo. I'm not a Lakota. Three of those tribes that he's had problems with. Standing Rock was Lakota. I have nothing to do with Standing Rock. Standing Rock's now no longer under the protection of Obama's decree. The pipeline will go through Standing Rock. Y'all ain't saying nothing. If you're a white person and everything I just said, you hear it, but you chose not to listen. You're supporting every racist thing that he does. Birthright citizenship against Native Americans will damn sure somehow find a way to be birthright citizens against you. If you're black, if you're white, if you're Mexican, if you're Latin, somehow or another, that shit's gonna come back around. It's gonna knock on your door. And then they're gonna kick that shit in. And again, you may not be a racist, but you voted for that shit. And just like the punk ass pissy stinky tampon motherfuckers who just stayed at home and didn't vote at all, you may not be a racist, but y'all ain't saying shit. You laid at home and didn't vote. And this is the mess that we have to clean up. He's gonna try to get a third term. I honestly, if I'm being extremely honest, I'm gonna say this against all safety parameters. It's gonna be somebody that he knows that he's gonna piss off. It's gonna be someone who's just like Luigi Manioni. That's gonna do the damn thing. Y'all don't have to believe it. I don't want to see it happen, but it's more than likely it's gonna be one of his own. You know, somebody's gonna wake up one day and they can't do something because Trump and Elon Musk took that shit away from them, and they voted for that shit. Those maggoteers are gonna fill up that bucket when he's at the hospital looking at his little girl or his wife, or hell, he might be in the hospital and it might be the opposite. It might be a woman that finally snaps and says, you know what, we ain't gotta take this shit no more. A woman that voted for this shit. I'm not a psychic, but I'm pretty close to that. I did tell you like a couple of weeks ago, somebody that I didn't know contacted me from the dead, you know, and that day they found his body. Yeah, I'm not a psychic. My family, some of us have gifts. I ignore that shit. But I'm not going to ignore this. If you're a white person and you're not a racist, now's the time to prove it. I'm sorry if that sounds abrupt or wrong, but it's the truth. Because you're standing by and doing nothing. See no evil. Hear no evil. There's no way you can miss the evil that he spoke last week to Zelensky, the fucking president of the Ukraine. And they're the same color. But you heard him go after the Tuskegee Airmen. Men who, like me, signed their name on that line and took that oath to the president of nothing. They took an oath to the Constitution. And this is what they get in return. The president, years later, has decided to remove the Tuskegee Airmen from the fucking historical museum of Air Force stuff. Take them right on out of history. But we're not racist. But it's not affecting us because we're white. But we're not racist. But you're not saying anything. And you're not racist. Well, my best friend's black. I got a black Gary grandchild. You can still be racist with a best friend that's black. They might not know it until they find you at a Klan rally, which is generally how that happens. Then you won't be friends anymore. You can be racist and have lots of friends of color. Asian, white, Chinese, Japanese, black, Mexican, Latino, natives. That doesn't make you not racist if you're voting for a racist and not saying something about the racist shit that he's doing. Going after the Navajo Nation, going after the Apache Nation, thinking that there were Mexicans there, and not one white person who voted for him has said a fucking thing. Now, all the white people that didn't vote for him, men and women alike, and 18-year-old girls, who like being able to have sex at their own condition versus somebody body slamming them and just fucking the shit out of them and making them pregnant, they're saying something. But you people who swear to God that you ain't racist, who have black friends, you know, your tokens, the ones that pick you up and drive you to work, go to the barbecue, protect you from the hooligans who give you funny looks and say, why the white guy here? The white guy's my brother. But are you his brother? When you went to that booth and voted for Trump, and when Trump tries to remove the Tuskegee Airmen, or go after the Apaches or the Navajo Nation, where are you? He stood behind you to protect you from people who look like him. Why are you not standing with your token friends to protect them from people who look like you? If you're not racist, it's time to prove it. It's just that simple. It is time to prove it. I'm not racist. My best friend's black. Voted for Trump. And I bet you probably convinced that dumb fuck to vote for him too. That's right. We brothers for life. We brothers for life. We trumping it out. We trumping it out. Black dumbass walks in because he thinks that he's going to be like Tim Scott. Just like those stupid fucking pretendians. I'm going to vote for Trump. Vote for Trump. Vote for Trump. Good job, dumbasses. Good job. Now, what else happens? Your token Asian friends went right in there and did the same thing. But we're not racist. We don't hate minorities because we're a minority. We're the model minority. But we're going to vote for this bitch that said, what about the Kung Flu or the Wuhan disease or the Chinese virus? Oh, well, I'm actually Korean, so it doesn't bother me, except for the fact that the majority of the people that was attacked were fucking Korean. But you're not racist. You just don't want to say anything. Right? Save face, that's an Asian thing. But you're not saying anything, right? Yeah, but you voted for that racist guy, right? Trump 2024, baby. But my best friend, she's black. I'm sure y'all had the discussion. And I'm sure she's not like any other black girl that you've met. And she's probably telling you, don't vote for this motherfucker. Don't vote for this motherfucker. Okay, Cheryl, I will vote for him. I promise. I voted for Trump. I'm not going to tell Cheryl, though. Now, jobs are on the line. Elon Musk fired 80% of the IRS. Y'all can file taxes all you fucking want. Might be 2 years before you get your money back, and y'all ain't saying nothing. Like nothing. None of y'all who voted for him ain't saying nothing about the shit that he's allowed Musk to do. None of y'all. Y'all ain't saying nothing. Y'all ain't saying a fucking thing. Nothing. Well, I guess we're gonna have to fuck around and find out to see if your vote was worth it. By the way, how are those eggs? How's that gas? Thank God I'm not afraid to walk to work in the rain and the sleet and the snow. I got a coat. I just need to get those gloves off of TikTok to keep my hands warm. And I'm good all day. But I'm okay with that. Because I didn't vote for that racist bastard. And I'm saying something. Where y'all at? The non-racist whites, the non-racist Asians, the non-racist natives that care about other people of color. Y'all ain't saying nothing. Nothing. So when it comes to your door, don't get mad when the people who didn't vote for this bastard ain't saying nothing. Because we were ready. We knew that this shit would happen. We had the hope that it wouldn't, but we had the foggiest idea that we should probably be prepared. And so we were. Oh yeah, for all you Second Amendments that I left off in the first video. Y'all ain't saying nothing. But he's coming for your guns. Whether you have a criminal record or not, he's coming for your guns. He doesn't give a fuck. And y'all ain't saying nothing. By the way, that means Kid Rock, you'll probably lose your gun too. You know that AR-15 where you're shooting up the gay guys' beer cans? I believe your video specifically was, you're fucking with Trump, you're fucking with me. What are you gonna do when he takes your AR-15, buddy? Yeah, you're not above his rule. Thumbs up. Yeah, thumbs up. And when he takes that gun from you, and you can't shoot up any more gay guys on beer cans, or guys in skirts, alphabet community, shout out to the alphabet community, who also voted for Trump, y'all ain't saying nothing. Y'all ain't saying nothing. Well, I'm in the alphabet community. My name is Steve, but I live my life as Dana. Trump just made it so you can't have a life. Especially in Virginia. Especially if little Dana is really little Steve. And little Steve wants to grow up to be Dana. But they just did some shit here in Charlottesville, Virginia. So that little Steve can't play as Dana on the basketball court with other girls who know that little Steve is really Dana and accept little Steve as Dana. Well, Virginia just fucked little Steve with a red hot poker and no Vaseline, and y'all ain't saying nothing. Is the message clear yet? Did I give you enough of the 99.9, or do I need to break into the whole 1,000 like I did in the video before this? Because the simple fact is really quite simple. Y'all ain't saying nothing. You swear to heaven and hell, I'm not a racist. I'm not a sexist. I have no problem with the alphabet community. And yet, all the shit that Trump and Musk has done, and with those government workers, y'all ain't saying nothing. But you will when you can't rub two pennies together and you have to go and get those black jobs where they don't pay you for overtime and you'll have to work overtime because you may need to put in extra hours so that you can pay the bills that jacked up because of those high-ass eggs and gas that you voted for. But y'all ain't saying nothing. My name is Echo Fan Grey Wolf. This is Kung Fu Havoc number 2. If that doesn't wake up your eyes now, nothing will. And all hope for you is gone. And it'll be too little, too late when you finally wake up and decide to say something. Thanks for watching.